In homes across Britain, battle lines are being drawn.
It is carnage.
Families forced to pick sides are being torn apart.
I think he might kill her.
I don't feel it can go on much longer.
With nearly half of UK households having pets, there's an estimated 9 million dogs and 8 million cats.
And they don't always get along.
Fur and paws flying everywhere, complete battlefield.
It's becoming unbearable.
These panicked pet owners are in luck because Chirag and I are here to broker a truce. We've got our little white flag to help bring some peace and harmony back to your house.
That's not enough to keep everyone safe. Everyone's at risk here, including yourselves.
Between us, we have the experience to succeed.
Chirag is the quirky cat counsellor.
Hello! Just going to give the bear a little cuddle.
With over 17 years training animal behaviour all over the world.
And Nancy is a doggy drill sergeant.
With it, give up, you ain't getting it.
So this is the little troublemaker.
Who founded her own college in canine care.
Your dog is biting your cat? That's not okay. We might be team cat and team dog. Puppies over kittens.
Team cat all the way.
But together,
You are absolutely crackers.
we will bring peace and harmony to the most battle-scarred families.
This is Cats and Dogs at War.
This time, a year-old pint-sized puppy is terrorising two cats. One house, divided, and their owners at the very end of their tether.
It does cause a lot of stress and tension, and it makes everyday life very difficult.
And a once feral feline stray who moved into a turf of a 43-kilo standard poodle.
And just wants to live in peace. With no time to waste, and with both cats and dogs' safety at risk, they've called us in, the pet professionals, to break up the war. I'm Nancy. I've dedicated my career to improving the lives of dogs and their owners.
And I'm Chirag. In this series, I'm focused on the behaviour and welfare of cats.
With 29 years' experience training dogs and cats under our belts, we're on our way to Cheshire for a behavioural intervention.
Did you see on the news this morning they were saying that David Attenborough was asked, what's the best pet?
Oh, what did he say?
What do you think he said? If he had a choice, he would always pick puppies over kittens.
Team cat all the way.
But you're going to break into song.
We're meeting Julie and Ben. They've been married for 14 years and have an animal fanatic daughter, Evie.
For the past 7 years, their family home has been shared by two adorable cats. 8-year-old Ernie and 7-year-old Molly.
Molly is very independent. Ernie is a big, fluffy ginger Tom, but he's as gentle as any cat could be.
But 12 months ago, teen Evie got her way and the family brought home a puppy. And Teddy the Yorkshire Terrier Cross joined their well-established cat family.
What's this? What's this? Oh, good boy, okay.
But no one could have foreseen that cute little Teddy was about to turn this harmonious home into utter carnage.
Teddy never misses a chance to chase the cat.
The cats and the dog are at war all the time. Teddy chases Molly downstairs and she's hissing and swiping at him. Claws at him with her paw. Fur and paws flying everywhere, complete battlefield.
Things are so bad. Their warring home is now divided down the middle, as the cats and dog have to be separated.
It is absolutely a military operation to do anything. We have to close doors and segregate the animals and, make sure that they can't see each other. So it does cause a lot of stress and tension, and it makes everyday life very difficult.
Teddy, stay there.
Now the family have to face up to a painful decision.
Unless we can fix it, rehoming might have to be an ultimate option.
Rehoming? Not if Chirag and I have anything to do with it. We're going to get to the bottom of this problem once and for all.
Hi, Nancy. Hi, Chirag.
I hear that you have a battle going on.
We do, yes.
We've got our little white flags to bring some peace and harmony back to your house.
It's a real risk that one of these pets will need to be rehomed if we can't sort this out.
Tell us what's going on. What's the battle like at home?
The situation is that we have to separate the cats from the dog. If we let them be in the same room, then Teddy will just be beside himself with excitement. He will run towards the cats. Molly will immediately disappear, and then Teddy will usually jump on top of Ernie and try and hump him.
So you've got some footage, I think, that we might be able to watch.
We have, yeah.
Teddy's way too rough there with Ernie.
But I can tell by Teddy's body language that he's not out to get these cats. He wants to play.
Poor Molly. She's trying to get up high where she can find somewhere safe.
And when they're not fighting...
Teddy, don't hump the cat. Teddy, get off.
Oh dear, I think we've seen enough.
I can see that you have a very, very tough situation on your hands.
Yeah, it would just be so lovely, wouldn't it, to be able to leave doors open and let the cats have their house back again and let Teddy be friends with the cats. You said the other day, didn't you, when we had a particularly terrible day with them and the house was in chaos and we were all arguing, and you said one of them's got to go, Ernie or Teddy.
I hope we're not beyond help, and I'd like to think we're not. Well, hopefully Nancy and Chirag are just the right people to make progress.
It's time for a pet intervention. In order to get Teddy and the cats back in the same room without a fight, Nancy and I will need to work with them both separately first. I want to meet the cats and start devising their training plan, but I need to make sure that they know that I'm friend, not foe. You've got a familiar bed that the cats use?
Yeah, we have. The cats sleep in the garage, and this is their pillow that they usually lie on.
Okay, perfect. So what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you to pass the bed to me, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give the bed a little cuddle. Might look a little bit strange, but cats see the world through their nose, and if I smell like them, I'll be part of their group.
We'll take you up to meet them.
Let's go. Cats have over 200 million odour sensors in their nose, and smell is the primary way they identify objects and people.
Hello, Molly.
With an already fragile situation, first impressions really count. Just like a first date, if you try too hard, you can put them off. I'm going to try and avoid just direct staring, and I'm going to just keep my body nice and soft and let them take in smells about me and information about me rather than me forcing myself on them. If you kind of just ignore them, play a little bit hard to get, it allows the cats to just take in information about me without being intimidated. Look at Ernie starting to walk towards us. His tail's up. When cats are relaxed and they want to say hello to someone, they approach with tail up. And for cats, that's a relaxed approach. This is fantastic.
Great.
Now that Chirag has bagged himself a second date with the cats, I need to meet Teddy to figure out how I'm going to connect with him.
Teddy! I just want to build a little bit of a relationship with Teddy, so if I'm expecting him to work with me, I need to make sure he likes me. And food helps, doesn't it? So to me, Teddy is frustrated, and he's using that built-up energy that he has as almost the motivation for the humping behaviour.
I'm going to have to help Teddy to find a more appropriate outlet for his frustration. And Chirag is going to need to make a plan that'll get those cats free from fear.
Do you think that my dog may be the troublemaker? At the moment, cats are the highlight of his day, something he can play with. Definitely want to give the family back a little bit more control. So when Teddy does go a little bit crazy, that they have a way to kind of rein him back in, get his focus again. That should then decrease his interest in the cats. How did you get on?
I think we need to have a house that the cats feel comfortable in. Having a look at how we can design the house so that the cats have access to different rooms. How can we give them the best playground in a safe way? Coming up, Teddy gets put to the test.
Teddy, never worked with children and animals.
And Chirag and I need to settle the score between a rehomed stray cat and a boisterous 43-kilo dog.
You get past.
Before someone gets hurt. Chirag and I are animal behaviour experts on a mission to rescue homes that are being torn apart by cats and dogs.
Off!
In Cheshire, there's a war raging.
We're trying to save a family of 3 with a dog and 2 cats from tearing themselves apart.
Teddy, their 1-year-old pup, is obsessed with their 2 cats, Ernie and Molly. Tired of Teddy's chasing and aggressive play behaviours, the cats are fighting back.
Unless we can fix it, rehoming might have to be an ultimate option.
Hello, Mr. Menu.
Canine coach Nancy has assessed Teddy the dog.
And cat consultant Chirag has evaluated the cat's behaviour.
Hi, guys.
And now it's time to reveal some hard truths to the family.
My concern is that lack of control that you guys have over the environment and have over the situation and have over Teddy.
Okay.
From a cat perspective, the cats have been here for 5 to 7 years, and during that time they've had this safe haven where they had predictability, they had control. Now suddenly, overnight, control that they've lost and the stress that they've gained has just become huge. And so I need to look at how can we give control back again.
It makes me feel even worse, really, about what's happened and more determined to make them, feel better again.
But in order to make the cats feel happy again in their home, we need to start with Teddy.
Whenever a pet shows extreme or unusual behaviour, it's important to first go to a vet to rule out any medical issues. Once that's done, we can crack on with the training.
The first task in my training programme is designed to help Julie and Ben de-escalate any confrontation between the cats and dog. This task is called Squeak and Retreat.
What we're going to do with this game is use it in situations where Teddy's just not listening. If he's focused on the cats, you'll use the squeak and you'll get him to retreat and you'll treat him for that new behaviour. Go. Teddy.
Brilliant start, Teddy. He's going to run rings around our Nancy.
Never work with children and animals.
So Teddy's getting a little bit distracted. So we're going to try this again. So I want you to squeak, treat in the nose and move quickly down the patio and then reward once you get to the end.
Don't squeak too soon, Chirag. Teddy's a quick learner.
Good boy. Good boy.
That was absolutely perfect. So what I want to do this time to make it a little bit harder is I want you to squeak that toy, storm off, and Teddy follows you, treat. Loads of praise. Good boy.
Good boy. Well done, Teddy.
I was quite pleased with how Teddy reacted to the task today.
Come on, Teddy. Oh, he's a good boy. Well done, darling.
He chased us when we squeaked things. He was quite happy to take food off us. So, you know, I was pleasantly surprised by Teddy's involvement, really.
Good boy.
Now Nancy's making progress outside, and with Teddy busy with the squeak toy, I want to work on reducing stress levels for the cats to help them enjoy their home once again. One way to do this is to make feeding time more fun. So at the moment, we've got these food bowls over here. How long does the food stay in the bowl for?
20 seconds.
Yeah.
20 seconds, not a very long time.
No.
So what I'd like to do is spread this enjoyable activity and make it last a little bit longer. Press the food down in the mat and give it a rub. So he gets to enjoy his eating for longer.
Never thought of doing that any would we?
Come on, Chirag. Didn't anyone ever teach you not to play with your food?
So there's a few different options with the cups that he can work on. There we go, like that. See, he's moving the cup along. Oh, see, he's lifting his paw. Look at that. Him using his paw is so wonderful because we're replicating him to be able to do natural behaviours like he would if he was a wild cat. Varied feeding mimics how cats would naturally eat in the wild, which makes them happier and reduces stress.
I was really surprised at how well they both reacted because we hadn't really realised that adult cats like to play that much, but clearly they do, so that was lovely to see.
With so much of the family's focus on Teddy's behaviour, working on de-stressing the cats for the sake of their long-term health might have been forgotten. But allowing the cats to play and be relaxed is something important that they'll need to work on over the next few weeks. But now it's up to Nancy to work on Teddy's focus. And she's brought her secret weapon.
Now, Kitty is my friend that I use to help dogs who can't really cope around cats. What I want you guys to do is use Kitty as an opportunity to start introducing Teddy to cats, but in a safe way, okay?
What a great idea.
Good boy.
Well, it's not exactly love at first sight, is it, Nancy?
So what Teddy was showing us was, through his behaviour, he was a little bit unsure, quite curious, and was interested in playing if he could just figure out what this cat was saying to him. This is going to help us when we do start introducing Teddy to Molly and Ernie.
The next crucial job for Team Cat is to make the living room more feline friendly. I noticed in the home footage that Molly was trying to climb up high and get to safety, but had nowhere to go. So what I'd like to do is look at a system that we can have where the cats can walk through with confidence and comfort. These small modifications to the cat's habitat will give them back some control and help them avoid Teddy when he becomes too boisterous. Looking in your living room right now, I see a couple of really nice surfaces. Okay. I see this surface over here.
Yeah.
I can see this surface up here.
So we could put one of their beds up there or a blanket or...
Yeah, if we can put up a little bookshelf here, that might be one option for the cats to jump up here onto the bookshelf and then up here.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
Well, Nancy and I have done all we can for now.
Time for us to say goodbye, to take our bag of tricks and to head off.
But before we do, we're leaving our trusty pet cam with the family to capture every moment of their progress. They'll be working with Teddy on this squeak and retreat task, as well as his exposure to his new friend Kitty.
And I want the family to lessen the stress for Molly and Ernie using fun feeding activities 4 to 5 times a day.
The very best of luck.
Thank you very much.
See you guys next time.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
For now, we're needed by another family desperate for our help. In Llandudno, in North Wales, lives Tracy, who owns and manages holiday homes, and her 24-year-old daughter, Joey.
Yeah, he likes that one, don't you?
Yeah. Tracy has always grown up around dogs and now owns 43-kilo, 3-year-old standard poodle, Eddie. And his mini-me Peanut.
It was love at first sight when I saw Eddie. He was just so adorable. He's bouncy and loving, and he's very cuddly. He's a gorgeous, gorgeous boy.
But everything changed a year and a half ago when they decided to take in and rehome a stray cat they named Olive.
You know, he's a dog, she's a cat, and they don't really go together.
The much-loved pampered pooches had been lords of the manor, but now their territory has been put under threat.
I mean, it's mental half the time. Barking's going on, Eddie's scratching the doors, and he just wants to get to her, so it's pretty stressful.
Let me get past. Oi!
I do strongly feel one of them's going to get really badly hurt.
It's mainly Eddie that needs the help, really. He's quite badly behaved. He broke the cat's lap. It'd be nice to have a complete family rather than Olive excluded outside in the garden.
If Nancy and Tarek can't help us, then nobody can.
Okay, no pressure then.
Hi, guys.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Sounds like you've got a big dog inside.
We do, yes. And we really need your help.
Well, we better get to work.
After you, Chirag, this is not going to be easy.
So I believe you've got footage of how Eddie and Olive behave around each other.
Yes.
Peanut saying hello. Good morning,
We've got the barking, we've got constant watching. That hypervigilance is non-stop.
You can't sit there all morning. You're totally obsessed with that little girl.
That would be extremely intimidating. I wouldn't want a dog looking at me like that.
Yeah. Stay. Let me get past. Oi!
Eddie is out of control, not to mention weighing 43 kilos, around 10 times that of an adult cat. And that's putting Olive in real danger. Both of Olive's doors are blocked, and so essentially she has no way out right now.
No.
This is really, really serious. Everyone's at risk here, including yourselves. I'm shocked by the footage of Eddie and Olive. And according to Tracy and Joey, that's not even the half of it.
When Olive moved into the family home around 18 months ago, she upset the well-established balance. Now, for her own safety, she lives in a Wendy house in the garden. I need to work out how to get this new cat on the block, settled and secure, and end this war with Eddie.
Would you like a treat?
It's time for me to meet deposed King Eddie, but before I do, I need to see how he reacts to me opening the door of the Wendy house. Standard poodles are renowned for their intelligence. Eddie sees that yard as his own. Olive is an invader on his turf, and he's not going to stand for it.
It's really important to see what elements of exposure to Olive stimulate Eddie and get him wound up. When I went to open the cat door, Eddie became that little bit more aroused, more barky, more excited, more fixated.
It's easy to see how big dogs like Eddie can be intimidating.
How was Eddie?
Eddie can be out of control like that, and an out of control dog is a dangerous dog.
Yeah, I'm very worried about Olive. And Olive's safety, she gets grabbed by the dog, gets knocked off a wall. She's going to break her leg. I'm really concerned how this is going to go.
It's time to lay out some uncomfortable home truths for Tracy and Joey.
I have real concerns for Olive's safety.
Right.
I think she's in great danger, and I really want to address this as soon as possible. I want us to work together to help her feel safe by teaching her a number of different activities using positive reinforcement.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you have in your hands here is what I call a hindbrain dog.
When dogs' bodies become filled with adrenaline, their behaviours are driven by the hind part of their brain. It's the part of the brain responsible for impulsive and reactive behaviours. So in Eddie's case, what looks like a hyper dog to Tracy is actually an out of control and potentially dangerous dog to me.
When Eddie's calm and relaxed and able to focus, he's using the front part of his brain. When he becomes hyperactive and the behaviours I saw out in the conservatory, he starts using the hindbrain, okay? He's not himself when he's in hindbrain mode. We're really looking at dangerous territory.
Coming up, Eddie and Olive confront each other.
And I check in with Julie and Ben to see if the squeak and retreat and fake kitty training is bringing harmony to their home. Don't let go, because I don't want to scare the cat.
Chirag and I are animal behaviour experts on a mission to save homes that are being torn apart by cats and dogs at war.
In Cheshire, Julie, Ben and Evie have been working on training tasks to finally end the battle between the cats Molly, Ernie and the newcomer Teddy.
Teddy. Never worked with children and animals.
And we left our trusty pet cam with the family so we can keep a track of their progress.
And we met businesswoman Tracy and her daughter Joey in Llandudno. Their decision to take in a stray cat didn't go down well with their dog Eddie.
Let me get past. Oi!
43-kilo Eddie was chasing tiny Olive out the family home. His territorial behaviour meant Olive's only safe space was a garden Wendy house.
You're totally obsessed with that little girl.
Good boy. Come on, Ed.
Tracy's biggest problem is controlling her rampaging dog Eddie's territorial behaviour.
Come on, you monster.
If I'm ever going to stop the war between this cat and dog, I need Tracy to master an essential training technique.
So recall will be really, really helpful for when Eddie's out in the garden and he's really hassling Olive in her Wendy house. Recall training is all about training your dog to come back when it's called. It's an essential part of any pet dog's training because it means they can be off the lead. And it also means if there's a chance of your dog getting in trouble, you can call them back. All I'm going to do is pop the food behind my back. I'm going to say the word here and I'm going to storm away. Here? Good boy, good boy. He's already doing it, so I'm praising it as soon as he follows me.
It looks easy enough, but we'll see.
If Tracy and Joey can master this command, they'll be able to stop Eddie chasing Olive out of the house.
And Joey, you're up first. So I want you to go in front of Eddie. You're hiding your treat. You say the word and off you go.
Here.
Storm off. Praise, 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 praise.
Good boy.
Come on, Joey, you need to be more assertive. That's not going to break up a fight.
So if you were on the beach and you said to Eddie, here, do you think he's going to want to come?
No.
Okay, so more energy, more dramatics, hide your treat, say the word and storm off.
Here.
Much better.
Boy.
Without training, dogs don't understand the world. And if they don't understand the world, they'll be insecure. Massive link between insecurity and aggression. I don't want that to happen here.
I was surprised with how well Eddie behaved, actually. So looking forward to, increasing the training, making it harder for him and making him achieve greater things, really.
Nancy has shown Tracy and Joey how to manage energetic Eddie. But if we're going to get this cat and dog under the same roof, I need to convince Olive it's safe to leave her Wendy house. Step 1 is a dog-proof physical barrier for the garden. So if we use this fence system, then Olive has her own access out of her Wendy house without any threat.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, perfect. So I think that looks good.
Yeah.
It might seem extreme, but cats are very territorial, and Tracy has to teach Olive that she has a bigger territory than just a Wendy house.
I see what he's doing. It's very important that Olive is safe and feels she's in a safe place.
With the safe zone set up outside, I want to teach Tracy and Joey some de-stressing techniques for Olive. With cats, if we give paw and do a little sit behaviour, these can be relaxing behaviours that a cat can engage in, as opposed to going, I'm stressing out because Eddie's over there.
Okay.
We're going to see if she'll use a paw to get it out. Just wait for that paw to come up. There we go.
Girl.
Excellent.
Olive is there. Good girl.
Nice.
I didn't think you could train cats. I always thought it was more of a dog thing. So yeah, it was quite nice to see Olive, you know, being able to be trained and give her paw for treats and stuff.
Good girl. You're so clever.
Okay, so I need you to pop Eddie on his lead. Inside, I'm continuing my training with Tracy and Eddie.
Come on, Eddie, let's go.
Eddie currently associates the opening of the doors with chasing Olive, but if we can break that association, Olive might be able to safely re-enter the family home. What we're going to do is start from the very simple part of just touching the door handle, okay? So go for it. If we think he's starting to go hindbrain, we're going to stop and we're going to ask him to think. So, okay, stop. Close the door again and ask him to do anything that he knows that he uses as front brain.
Eddie, sit.
Big praise, good
boy. Clever Eddie.
And give him a treat.
Boy.
Open the door up very slightly. In the garden, Team Cat is going strong as I teach Olive to become more comfortable out of the Wendy house. And importantly, within eyeline of Eddie.
Treat.
Good.
Good girl.
So right now, Eddie sees Olive. He's super excited. What I want is cool, calm, collected, focused on you guys, ready to work and thinking.
Yeah, okay.
So slowly go to use the door. If he starts getting excited, we close it and we come back in. Okay, now sit up. Perfect.
So we're going to use tiny bits of food to ask Olive to do some nice calm behaviours. Just being around, looking, gets treats. We can also teach Olive to do a little sit. So we pop the food on her nose, take it up in the sky, and as her head follows, her butt hits the floor, we can give her the treat.
Okay.
Like that, and then she gets the treat.
Inside, Eddie's quickly learning that he doesn't need to chase as soon as the doors open. He's doing really good, so go again. Okay, and you can take a little step outside and come back in. So that was a little bit harder, so it looked like he was going to get up, but he didn't, so loads of praise. Good
boy, Eddie.
And you can give him a treat.
Great job, Nancy. I'm shocked at how well Eddie's actually doing.
Before he'd go completely frantic, but he sort of calmed right down. So I think, you know, I just have to keep at it.
It is time for us to leave you guys and for you guys to start your hard work.
Yeah.
You ready for the challenge?
We are ready for the challenge.
I think so.
Tracy has to get Eddie to master his recall and door exercises if she wants to mend the relationship between him and Olive.
And Joey must continue to build Olive's confidence when leaving the safety and security of the Wendy house. We're leaving them with our trusty pet cam to capture all their progress.
Oh, thank you.
Bye.
Take care.
It's been 3 weeks since we met Ben and Julie in Cheshire. Today I'm back to check on the progress and to take the training to the next level.
And I'm returning to drill in more discipline at Tracy and Joey's Animal War Zone in North Wales.
Only a few weeks ago, this house was a battleground. Terrier Teddy was out of control, terrorising poor Molly and Ernie. And the cats were stressed out and fighting back. I'm keen to hear how you guys have been getting on. Let's start with the cats.
It's gone well with the cats.
The family has used our pet cam to record everything.
What's this? What is it?
We've been feeding them in an attractive way, and we've been feeding them 4 or 5 times a day instead of just twice. The cat walks that you asked us to find somewhere in each room where the cats could be safe from being under attack, that's gone well. And he's climbed up to the top of the dresser and he's sitting there having a snack.
Excellent. So I love to hear that things are going well, and I'm not surprised. We're working with cats. What else do you expect?
Hey, Chirag, don't forget about the dog.
So tell me, what's been going on with Teddy?
We've had some successes. So I think there was Squeak and Retreat, for example, which we had to do.
Good boy.
He will trot after us quite happily and get his treat when he hears a squeak.
Okay.
But it can't all be plain sailing, can it?
Are there any major problem areas?
We have to keep Teddy separate from the cats while we're feeding them. We have to lock him in one room while we go and put the cat's food out in another. Obviously, it takes longer to put the cat's food in different interactive feeding tools that we've used. And he's getting really agitated and barking. And once or twice he's peed, hasn't he? Because he's wanted to get to where we are.
I appreciate that is a challenge when we ask you to do these things. They're not necessarily easy. I'm concerned about Teddy's well-being here. So I think it's time to call Nancy for some doggy therapy tips. Hi, Nancy. Julie said when the cats are being fed, Teddy is getting very distressed, barking, screaming.
Okay, this really needs to be addressed. What I want you to do is that when the cats are being fed, I want somebody to stay in with Teddy and carry out a sort of mental stimulation exercise. It can be a food puzzle, it can be some foraging, it can even be some training. Give him an alternative behaviour to chasing the cat.
Excellent, consider that done.
While Chirag puts the plan into action in Cheshire,
Come on, Eddie.
here in North Wales, I'm with Tracy and Joey.
Oi.
When we last came here, we saw how rescue cat Olive had been living in fear of menacing giant poodle Eddie.
Okay, so tell me how his training been going.
So I can call him from upstairs and he'll come up when he's downstairs, and in the garden he's quite good as well, isn't he?
The pet cam we left here last time has captured all the homework in action.
Eddie, here. Good boy. Good boy, good boy, good boy.
For me, the most challenging was opening the conservatory door.
Good girl. Good boy, Eddie. Good boy. Good boy, Eddie. Good boy.
I kept on having to watch Eddie's movement and the way he was thinking. But I've got to say, I'm really impressed, and so far it's gone well.
Nice work, Eddie.
At Ben and Julie's, I'm prepping the pets for a crucial mealtime exercise. If I can't keep Teddy distracted during Molly and Ernie's feeding, he might never leave the cats alone, which could spell the end of the road for one of these pets.
Come on then, darling. Oh, my goodness, there he is.
I'm going to work with Julie to change the cat's feeding habits. If they can adapt to eating off the ground, Teddy won't see them as potential playmates when they're in the same room. The goal is eventually Teddy will be coming in here while this is happening. And so I'd like to get the cats used to just being comfortable at height and then Teddy coming into the mix as well.
Okay.
Come on then.
Jump.
Good girl. Nice. So we're going to see if we can encourage her to come up to a bowl up here rather than stay on the floor. She's trying, which is excellent.
Good boy, Annie.
The next step is to begin desensitizing the cats to Teddy's presence. Good. If we keep the cats calm now, we'll be one step closer to reuniting this warring furry family. Now, what I'd like you to do is just be pretending that you're talking to Teddy.
Okay.
Out in the hallway.
Teddy. Okay, good boy.
Good. While you're doing that, do you mind pretend barking for me? Good. This is a major breakthrough. With the cats up high, they're staying calm as they know Teddy can't reach them. And what I'm going to do is just pay the cats for staying at the stations, which they're doing wonderful.
Well done, Chirag. But now I need your help with Olive over here in Wales.
Hello. Eddie's doing brilliant. They've been doing all the homework I asked them to do with Eddie. But how do we get Olive out and safe and in the same environment as Eddie?
So I'd like you to invite her out using lots of nice goodies and reinforcers. And when she's outside, what I'd like to do is introduce Pretend Eddie. It's a fake dog.
Oh.
And we can make Pretend Eddie into more real-life Eddie by taking some of Eddie's blankets and smells.
Okay.
And she starts to learn, oh, the smell of Eddie equals good things.
Okay, looking forward to the challenge.
Bye.
Ever since Olive has been living with Tracy, the scent of Eddie has meant danger, so if I can get Olive to interact with Chirag's fake dog, we really stand a chance of ending this feud.
Okay, see what Olive's doing? Now she's starting to see fake Eddie. Okay, so just give her a chance to explore, and you keep moving fake Eddie about.
What would be interesting to see is if you drop a little bit of the fish right by fake Eddie, will she go to take it? Okay, this is good.
The benefit of having a fake Eddie is all about stimulus gradient. For Olive, we want Olive to slowly but surely be introduced to Eddie while she's staying calm, while she's thinking, and while she's able to communicate as well. So it's an essential part of the programme.
As Olive is calm, I want to push the test one step further. Sorry, Chirag, but it's time for your fence to go. You can move fake Eddie about a little bit to get it jingling. Perfect.
Olive! Olive! Look, that's good.
Now, Tracy, this is where you can practice your barking. Do your best, Eddie. Go for it.
Steady on, Tracy. We said bark, not roar.
Okay, this is brilliant. Now that Olive is having a good sniff of Eddie's collar, this is great. So this is definitely progress towards the end goal of peace and harmony in the Olive Garden.
Great work, Nancy. That's the first positive interaction Olive's had with a dog in this house.
I was extremely happy with how Olive did in that task. However, the big risk comes when we introduce Olive to the real Eddie. That's when we've got real risk and a real danger to life.
I'm so proud of you, Olive. Back in Cheshire, I want to attempt an integration exercise.
Good boy.
Over the past few weeks, Teddy's slowly been getting used to Nancy's fake kitty.
He can't harm you. Good boy. It's a nice cat.
It's time to reintroduce him to the real thing. Julie, how are the cats doing?
They're fine.
Okay, good. So what we're going to do, Ben, you're going to hold on to Teddy for me.
Yeah.
So important you don't let go because we don't want to scare the cats.
Okay.
So I'm going to be watching Teddy's body language and making sure he's relaxed at each step. You're going to be making sure the cats are relaxed.
Okay.
Okay. See if you can ask Teddy to sit there.
Sit.
Good. Give him a treat.
Boy.
This is a make or break moment. One confrontation now could undo all the hard work that everyone has put in so far. How are the cats doing, Julie?
They're okay. They've both noticed Eddie, but they're okay.
Okay, good. So Teddy's in the hallway now and he's able to see the cats. Good boy, Teddy.
Dogs can sometimes react aggressively when they're anxious or hyper, so it's crucial Chirag keeps Teddy calm here.
Cats are happy, Teddy's happy, so he's not barking and lunging, so this is excellent.
That's amazing, Chirag. That's the closest Teddy and the cats have been for weeks.
I'm quite amazed that Teddy was sitting like 10 feet away and not running in and chasing the cats. It's a shocker.
Coming up,
Okay, Olive is out.
it's the ultimate test for both our families.
If he does go for them when they jump, they're not going to trust him. As cats and dogs come face to face
How would you feel if I dropped the lead?
Very nervous.
to end the war.
A few weeks ago, dog expert Nancy and I began working with two families
Absolutely perfect.
whose homes had been turned into a war zone by their fighting cats and dogs.
In Wales, Tracy and Joey have been working hard on the tasks we set to continue building the confidence of their cat Olive,
You okay?
as they attempt to reintegrate her into the house after territorial poodle Eddie chased her out.
And in Cheshire, Julie and Ben have had an incredible breakthrough in their training plan. He's seeing the cats, he's not barking and lunging. This is excellent. They've also built catwalks in the living room and even a safe haven upstairs. Oh my God, and it's even got a little sign saying Ernie and Molly's house, Teddy not allowed.
But is it enough? Today we're back to see if Julie and Ben have done their homework and if we can put an end, once and for all, to their cat and dog nightmare.
Hi, Nancy. Hi,
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Julie, Ben and Evie were so fed up of this situation with their pets, they were threatening to rehome one of them.
How are you feeling?
Nervous.
Okay.
Whether it's going to be a complete ceasefire, thank you. We'll see.
What we need to see is that you guys now have all the skills and the knowledge that you need to make sure that we can bring peace and harmony and keep everybody safe.
We want to bring Teddy into the same room as the cats and see if Ben, Julie and Evie can keep the peace. So we're just going to get cats to their little trees where we want them.
You are Ernie.
Excellent. Look at that. That's beautiful with Ernie.
Everyone needs to play their part here. One false move and all hell could break loose.
Okay, Nancy, are you ready?
You need to keep his focus on you.
Come on, baby.
Okay, can you ask him to do a sit?
Teddy, sit. Good boy.
Boy, Ernie.
Good boy.
Do you want to encourage him up onto the couch?
Come here, Teddy.
Look at Molly just happily eating on a tree.
Oh, my goodness.
Boy. And if you guys want to take a seat beside him.
Good boy.
If we can get him sitting and lying down with Molly
Teddy.
only inches away,
Sit.
that's going to be
Sit.
massive for Teddy.
Sit. Sit. Good boy. Teddy. Teddy.
Attention again. Well
Look at me.
done.
Look at me.
Teddy's really responsive. He's paying attention. And Ben is on the ball. They've been doing their homework.
Molly's actually moved and jumped off her tree. And
Okay, so
Teddy's
keep
still
Teddy's focused.
Lie down. Lie down.
Wow.
Well done. Well done. Wow.
Good boy.
So we've now got Teddy lying down, which is a really, really calm behaviour, showing us that he's not looking to flee and chase the cats. And Molly is literally inches away.
I can't believe it. I'm amazed that he's as calm as he is, lying down and focused on the food when you can hear Ernie up there and Molly is 2 feet away. It's unbelievable.
This is massive. I'm so proud of Teddy.
It goes to show that Team Cat and Dog can come together to get amazing results.
I was really, really surprised. Teddy listened to commands. Ernie just carried on eating the whole way through, perfectly calmly. Molly perhaps was the biggest surprise because she even got down from her perch and moved around the room. It just went really well. I'm really happy.
Good boy.
In North Wales, it's time to see if we can finally welcome back Olive the cat into Tracy and Joey's family home. For a year and a half, Olive's been tormented by Eddie the Poodle's territorial behaviour.
Hi, guys.
Tracy.
Nice to see you all.
We are back.
Would you like to come on in?
A measure of success today is going to be able to see calm Eddie in the same space as Olive, and Olive wanting to be there without being attacked. For Olive's sake, I really do hope things have improved.
Come on, you monster.
As soon as we came outside, Eddie stayed with us and didn't make a beeline to Olive's Wendy house. That's good.
Yes, there is improvement.
So let's get Eddie on his lead.
I'll go and meet Olive, and let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Ed.
The fences I put up to divide the garden into a cat space and a dog space have been removed. How do you do? We can only declare the war over if Olive and Eddie can share the garden together.
Okay, Olive is out.
So Eddie's coming out now.
Come on, Eddie. Slowly. Good boy. Good boy, Eddie. Nice and slowly. Hey.
You're going to stay around? Wow. Can you sit? Oh, you're relaxed. Good.
Sit. Sit.
Good.
Good boy.
This is
Wow.
brilliant.
Good boy.
Go up here. Go on the floor. Good girl. Olive looked at him and then stayed there. She relaxed. She came over to me and did a sit. To see a feuding feline and canine, just feet away from each other, this is why we do what we do.
I'm shocked at how far Eddie and Olive have come, but I want to push this final test just one step further.
Tracy, how would you feel if I dropped the lead?
Very nervous.
Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Good boy, Eddie. This is Eddie Yummy.
Good.
Is that nice?
Yes, Eddie. Tracy has his complete attention. Good girl.
Asking for a paw?
Give me a paw.
Good boy, Eddie.
Thank you. He's a clever boy.
Wow. I was not expecting to see that magical moment. We got it. Job well done. So happy. So there's Olive. Good boy. And you're going inside.
Tracy, this is amazing.
It is. I'm feeling pretty happy about it, yeah. Also proud of Olive and Eddie that they played ball and showed everything that they've learned, yeah.
Job done?
Yes.
I think cases like this really show you that it doesn't matter about your pet's history. There's always room for change. And with positive reinforcement, patience, and listening to your pets, you can get magical results.
Since helping our pet owners, and how confident Olive is spending more time in the family home, although Eddie still has a little bit to learn.
And in Cheshire, Teddy and Ernie are now firm friends. Teddy and Molly are taking things slower.